Hello viewers, I'm Dr. Vipan Kumar. Recently I have published a book on African American literature. It's Toni Morrison, A Study in Techniques. It has been published from Signorina Publications, New Delhi, and I'm really grateful to the publisher who gave me this opportunity of publishing this book. So here is the book. I think it looks nice. Well, let me tell you something about this book. It is about the techniques that Toni Morrison has used in her novels. So for this particular book, I have taken first 6 novels of Toni Morrison, and by taking these first 6 novels of Toni Morrison, I have tried to take Toni Morrison from this particular perspective. I mean the techniques that she has used in her first 6 novels. Well, as you all know about the life of slaves, Negroes, and now African Americans. So the plight of African Americans in white dominated society has been pathetic. Through these novels, if we take the themes and other features of the novels of Toni Morrison, we have come across that the life of African Americans has been so pathetic, so difficult in white dominated society. So in this book, I just took the techniques which will be aestheticizing the theme, the marginality of African Americans in white dominated society. Well, you know, Toni Morrison was the first black writer who was given Nobel Prize, and it happened in 1993. So after that, new writers came, especially black writers, and they tried to project the life, the marginality of Africans in their works. But when we take Toni Morrison, this theme or this particular feature, I can say, of literature becomes so beautiful, and for that I have used this word aesthetics, or I can say that she has aestheticized the life of the African Americans. Well, let me just take the initial lines of each chapter of this book so that you can have a little bit idea about the book. Well, the book has been divided into 6 chapters. The first one is introductory part. In that I have shown how the African Americans were shipped from African continent, the western part of African continent, and they were brought to the eastern part of America, and how they started their life there in that alien land, and how they were treated over there, and with the passage of time they just came up with their beautiful life, and now we can say that African Americans are having good conditions over there. Well, in the same chapter I have also shown that how the coming chapters would be there. Well, in chapter 2, that is stream of consciousness as a narrative technique. So here in this particular chapter I have taken this technique of Toni Morrison, and through which she has given the inner soul, the inner world of the characters, and by taking various characters in novels, I have just given the beauty of this particular technique. The stream of consciousness technique is used by Toni Morrison to depict the endless flow of consciousness of one or more characters within an interconnected pattern. It is an attempt to convey all the contents of a character's mind, memory, sense, perceptions, feelings, intuitions, and thoughts. It happens in relation to the stream of consciousness they pass by, often at random. In the stream of consciousness novels, the reader is taken directly into the mind of a character and is given a peep into his soul. The omniscient author is still there. Well, you will be enjoying more when you have this book in your hands. Chapter 3 is about narrative technique, a reflection of the recurring motives and morals. So it's very much particular about the narrative technique, how this technique helps Toni Morrison in conveying her content to the readers. The primary aim of this chapter is to understand Toni Morrison's philosophy of expressing various modes of life through various characters in her novels, concentrating on the narrative technique. Chapter 4 is about historiography and endeavor to reconstruct history. No doubt it's one of the best topic that I like very much. So here, a writer's technique is actually the means by which she or he discovers, objectifies, explores, and evaluates her or his subject. And the writer's technical dexterity determines her or his success. Historiography is one of the techniques through which Toni Morrison endeavored to reconstruct history. That history which has been untraced and unnoticed. So you will be enjoying more about the historiography, about the history of African Americans by taking the certain characters from the novels of Toni Morrison. Well, chapter 5 is about symbols and blues, a leitmotif of the thematic concern. So it is a particular musical genre through which Toni Morrison again depicts the pathetic life of African Americans in white dominated society. Leitmotif helps the writer to bind a work together into a coherent whole, and it also enables the writer to relate a story without the use of words or to add an extra level to an already present story. It is used by the writer concerned to refer to a recurring event, image, object, or character in a story. The leitmotif becomes significant to the meaning of the overall work when it develops thematic importance. And you will see by using certain symbols, Toni Morrison keeps on showing the pathetic life of African Americans. So it is also one of the interesting chapters in this book. And now I come up with the conclusion, I mean chapter 6 of this book. So here you see that chapter 6 is the summation of the entire preceding chapters in this book. And here you will see how I have tried to convey a beautiful summation of these entire chapters. So I'm pretty hopeful that you would be liking this book. And really, once again, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Signorina Publications, especially Professor Nandini Sahu. Thanks a lot.